I'm looking for now the reaction of Senator Ibrahim Olorigwe, who is the Senate Health Committee chair. He's also a medical doctor, and he condemned the bill on multiple levels. We've got Kanele on the line. Kanele, where are you joining us from?
Hey, I'm joining from Canada. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to have you on the show. Talk to me.
Thank you. I'm going to be brief, Sandra. You just mentioned that there's a list of countries where the amount of healthcare workers cannot take care of the country, right?
Right.
But isn't it ironic that there's a list that we are short of healthcare workers, but they're still actively recruiting? I know what the lawmakers are trying to do, just like how they've always done in our administration or in our country, try to make laws before the end of that executive period or that election or that the leaders, the end of their cycle, make bogus laws that don't make sense. My advice is instead of them trying to restrict doctors that I know personally that they did not give an inch in training these doctors, why not work with the private sector to create enabling factors to build more hospitals? In the US, for instance, the government only puts out regulation. Private companies are the ones building. The government only makes regulations and collects taxes. Private companies, as part of their CSR, build. Governments do not build. Government's main role is to make legislation and to collect taxes or collect revenue. So I think the National Assembly, they really need to think about why they're really there. I know they're all living offices at the end of the year. I think they really need to rethink this policy and rethink this law because before we have a strike. The last time we had a strike, that doctor strike, I mean, you could see how many people were left without care. So imagine if we do that again. So we as Nigerians, we've suffered enough for certain individuals to wake up from that dream and start making foolish laws.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us from Canada today. We've got Abiola joining us now. Abiola, how you doing?
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome. Talk to me.
Sandra, let me just tell you something.
What?
My father was sick about 6 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I took him to FMC Abeokuta.
Okay.
I was told there is no space to keep my father. So I have to take the man every day, abandon my work. I will abandon my work. I will take him to hospital every day. One day the man called me and said, son, you can't continue this because I know you two have your family that you have to look after. Can you please stop this? So I have to stop taking him to hospital. Why? Because there is no space to keep him, to give him treatment. Now the man died about 4 years ago. And up to today, if anybody asks me, I will just tell them, one thing is certain. The hospital failed my dad. The government failed my dad. Simple as ABC. So if when Ngige came out to tell us we had enough, the doctors that were going outside the country, they will bring in more FDI for the country. You just continue to ask yourself, these people we call our leader, do they actually know what they are doing? Do they actually know where they are going? Do they actually know? Even we ourselves, do we even know where they are taking us to? It's just sad because sometimes you see some of these things, you just laugh over it and say, how did this one become a minister of Federal Republic? May the good Lord help Nigeria. God bless you for the good job you are doing there.
Bless you too, Abiola. Thank you very much for calling. Let's come back to Nigeria now. We've gone to Canada. We've gone to the UK. 99.3, hello.
Sandra, how are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Great, I'm good. Jonathan is my name.
Jonathan, talk to me.
Sandra. Ṣé mo kàn tó ṣe alágbo principal doctor? Is it not irony? It's very sad that we find ourselves. I don't know why Nigeria will always find itself in one list or the other. we have now found ourselves in another list again. Fine. Not that we don't have doctors. We have medical personnel. We have trained people. But like we know, they will not stay because the situation here is terrible. So even WHO too, fine. It's as if they plan it with the senators that are proposing a bill. But I would have wished the WHO to go deeper and find out why we are having less medical people compared to the population. I would have wished they would, because they need somebody. If we as citizens cannot address this, our leaders, somebody should help us address them now. I wish WHO should address them directly. If they are doing any research that they claim they are doing, I expect them to go to round medicals in Nigeria's hospitals and see what is on ground. Then now you not know who you will talk to. If you see you want to solve a problem, it's not just putting a data out and say we are in one list that we have short. What is the cost? What is causing it? It is the same leaders that they, and if they are falling sick, they will go to that abroad and go and treat themselves and their family. So I'm talking to WHO right now. Fine, your data might be correct, but I wish you do more than that. Go deep down, and you find out that people that are ruling this country, that won't cause all this mess, and I want you to address them directly, because after all, we are not capable of addressing them now. Enjoy your afternoon, Sandra.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I should mention, of course, that the WHO knows why Nigeria has too few doctors compared to the population. You know, all the data we have about the ratio of doctors to the population, a lot of them, the WHO has them. The WHO is constantly having meetings with the government, with different health ministries on how to get the personnel, the number of personnel back up, you know, how to meet the needs of the health population of the country. However, this particular WHO report is not about root causes. It is simply an assessment of how many health workers a country has versus how many the country needs. And the WHO has other detailed reports for each country. In those reports, the WHO goes into detail explaining what the issues are in those countries, also making recommendations about what the governments and other stakeholders can do. But it's like the people say, all the people, you can take a horse to a stream. That's right. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
How you doing? What's your name, ma'am?
Good afternoon. Fine. This is Joy calling.
Joy, talk to me.
I say enemy of progress for this country.
Ah, okay.
Yes, so because that can't be. Now enemy of progress, they pass all those can't be now.
But they pass them for you. Now. They say doctor no day for you.
Where are their children now? Where? Let's ask them where they keep all those their children now. Ask me how many of their children there for this country. So why we need stop other people to go out? That's enemies now. That is after those young daughters. It's not good at all. It's not good. Let them stop first. At least now our money that they use also. I mean, they are the ones paying tax. Is it not the CCC that is paying tax? Why would they stop those young daughters? Pass those kind bill of enemy.
Well, they've not passed it yet. They debate them.
Let them not pass it at all.
Okay.
And you say they are passed bill that favor us. The bill of election they pass, did it favor you? It not work now. They just pass it. They did carry out the what they say you it will work for. It not favor anybody now. Even the one where you say they don't pass now. Wait first. Let it favor us first before they say they pass. Before 8 years, no, they not favor us. So they favor themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy, for calling. Julius Abure says he's still the Labour Party chairman. That's our next story. Remember last week, a High Court gave an ex-parte order stopping him from parading himself as the LP chairman. After that, Lamidi Apapa, the deputy chairman, South, declared himself the acting chairman. Abure said that this is all an illegality. He said, quote, "A court of competent jurisdiction only yesterday ordered that I, Julius Abure, remain the national chairman and should not be restrained from performing my duties. It therefore baffles me why the Nigerian police should allow itself to be used to perpetrate illegalities." End quote. So Abure is saying that there are two conflicting court orders and he's standing on the one that confirms him as party chairman. And the Nigeria Labour Congress is backing him. Now, of course, the NLC has an official relationship with the LP. The NLC is the what's the word I'm looking for now? The LP is the political arm of the NLC. The Obi Dati campaign is also behind Abure. Spokesman Yunus Otanko says that the real target is Peter Obi, not Julius Abure. You have lots of Obi supporters accusing the APC of being behind the Lamidia Papa faction with an alleged plot to remove the LP's petition from the election tribunal. So once again, we have a factional party crisis in Nigeria. We have the courts being accused of adding to the confusion. Big surprise. I want to know if you've been following this story and what you think about this story and this situation. Women call me on 01465 7190. Men call me on 0700 993 993 993. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Sandra.
Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think we should just leave the Labour guy. We've seen the pictures of that Apapa guy with Tinubu and all that. So whatever they are planning, all that the PDP did and their own wahala, police did not go in there. So why are they interested in the Labour Party? Anyway, for the doctors, please, I think what they should do is to mandate all of them to be attending the doctor in the hospitals in Nigeria. One, that's the law they should first of all pass.
Okay.
And you'll keep wondering, how long does it take to add more structures to schools so that you've had so many students. I applied for medicine in Unilag, UNN, they didn't take me, cut-off point. Do you understand? If we can produce and good doctors and people like outside countries, other countries are taking them, why not admit more students? Get more lecture halls for them, get more equipment for them, equip our hospitals for them, train them, and then push them out. We will have more that will. And then this morning, their head, somebody representing them was saying that it takes like 6 months. It takes like 6 months to the bureaucracy to employ the doctors, that they are not even employed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So why all that? And you're pretending not to know. He said that many doctors are not employed because of the bureaucracy involved, everything. Why can't they just take those ones, employ the employable ones, and then we know what we have? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello. Hello? Hello? Oh, it doesn't look like that person is ready. 99.3. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
I'm Comrade Daniel.
Comrade, talk to me.
Yes. My take is on the Abure issue on Labour Party.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's quite conflicting. You will see people who are clamoring to take over government, and this set of people are already in crisis. That is to say the fact that when he assumes power, it will be crisis galore. In the fact that what is the cause of the matter? Abure, you said, the court passed a judgment that there was a forgery. And the second man, the Commander Papa, saw this. They have their own constitution. I heard him speaking in China. Once somebody has heard in the party, he has to leave. He said those people should stop parading themselves as chairman. It is clear. Why will people continue to support what is not good? That's where we are today as Nigerians. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much for calling us, Comrade. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
How are you doing?
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, ma?
I'm very well, sir. What's your name?
God bless you.
Bless you as
Please,
well.
I want to know exactly some of the court judgments spearheaded by this Justice Ajibola that these corrupt Nigerian politicians are celebrating. that favored the Nigerian masses in his days, or that gave the Nigerian judiciary a good image in the international community. That is number one. Number two, those proposing a bill to mandate our doctors to serve 5 years in Nigeria before seeking a greener pasture abroad. They should also propose a bill restraining Nigerian politicians from going abroad for medical tourism. If this is not done, then these people should know that they are biting more than they can chew. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. It's 3:48, so I'm not sure we're going to have time to get into our story out of River State. But let me take 2 calls and then see if we can squeeze in messages from social media. 99.3, hello.
These people should know that they are biting more than they can chew.
Hello.
Thank you. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, sir?
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
This is Megbeda.
Talk to me, Paul.
Yeah, Sandra, that bill is anti-people.
Okay.
Yes. If somebody think that the only thing they can offer the Nigerian people is to go to the Senate or to the House to sponsor such bill, I mean, voting him in, I say is a mistake. The security begins at home. If they are stopping these doctors from seeking greener pastures abroad, they should first stop themselves from going out of Nigeria for medical tourism, because the money they are spending outside is in millions. That's number one. Number two, I believe what Abure said, because all this why did this functional leader didn't come up? Now that LP is a party to reckon with in Nigeria, you have seen crisis. So I believe that this crisis is sponsored in order to make sure that the issue of P2B petition does not see the light of the day. That's my own stake. Thank you.
All right, Paul from Egbeda, thank you for calling. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. That's my cue to go now to social media. We've got this comment here from Tunde. Tunde in Surulere says, I'm happy the distinguished senator shut down the bill. Instead of applying the hammer, why not propose incentives for health workers to remain? What the government should do, and if they are sincere, my suggestion will be to have a comprehensive social health care contributory insurance policy that will capture everybody. We have that. It's called the NHIS scheme. Fund generated should be used to create enabling environment for medical practitioners to thrive. This will include educational funding, security, facility and equipment development, and improved welfare package across board for healthcare workers. All right. Thank you for your message, Tunde from Surulere. We've got Henry Jibuno who says, is it true that about 80 of our children have been kidnapped in Zamfara State, and lawmakers are seeing that, or the massacre of over 50 people by bandits in a camp in Benue, but the only things they want to do is the doctors who they did not contribute 1 naira for their education. Please, the media should help those kidnapped children. The media is our only hope that can save us from what this administration is taking from us. All right. Henry Jibuno, thank you for your message. We've got Adegboye Gadedeji who says the LP party crisis is normal crisis that all parties in Nigeria have experienced, especially the major parties. They'll resolve it and move on. John from Lagos Island says it seems they didn't want to do anything that is causing the trend in the first place. Did Minister Ngige not brag about Nigeria having more than enough doctors? Now, after all that bragging, and they do as if they are realizing their folly, they want to bring logic on its head. Shame on the sponsor of this bill and the supporters of this bill. All right. We've got so many messages here. Here's this one from Gozier. Gozier says, if APC can go as far as hiring fake bishops, they can do anything to subtitle the LP against themselves. What does that mean? Subtitle the LP. I don't know what that means. Daniels from Okota says the Labour Party chairman Wahala is the same game they played using against PDP when Ali Modu Sheriff hijacked PDP chair. All right. Thank you for your message, John from Okota. We've got this one here from Greenish. Greenish says, the moment you people start going to the hospital and can't find anyone to attend to you, please don't come back and complain. Now, private hospital like Kuku they use. Both leaders and citizens are the problem of our country. So everything that is happening has to do with APC. Labour Party should go and sit down, I beg. All right, Greenish, thank you for your message. We've got this message here from Ali Yusuf in Surulere. Ali Yusuf says, I will only support the bill if the federal legislatures first pass a law to mandate themselves and the executives to send their children studying medicine abroad back to Nigeria. Number 2, banning the executive and themselves from sending their children abroad for studies. Ali, thank you for your message. Sam from Satellite Town says, Ngige was only bragging with nothing. His shakara was just empty noise. Okay. We've got so many other messages here. Remy from Ketu says, the National Assembly must think we're fools. Rather than passing a bill to stop medical tourism, if the politicians can improve the working standards of doctors, let my child pass out before their draconian laws. All right, Remy, thanks for your message. Prince Michael Samwobo says, the intention to stop medical doctors from pursuing their dreams abroad is not only obnoxious, but also wicked. The lawmakers should rather direct their oversight functions to fixing the anomalies in the health and other sectors. Let's take a look at Facebook very quickly. Owulo Lee Jimanuel says, on the first issue for me, I think it's anti-labor to even think of it. No improvement of the working conditions, no remuneration. Will they not seek a better environment where they will be able to fend for themselves and their families? If they think they want to salvage the issue of brain drain in our country, they should start from themselves.
Stay one step.
They should improve the various sectors in the countries. Their children should also school here. They should also receive medical attention in this country. All right, like you just heard my cue, I have to go. But not to worry, we're going to bring you I Beg to Differ next from 4 p.m. Tamvita Kaushik is back and she'll be taking on Olaloye Toluwalashe. Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Nigeria Info 99.3. Don't go away.
Talk. Let's talk.
I'm from Lafarge. I beg, sign for here.
What do you look for there? I dey look